Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Okay, so look. Yeah, I'm probably going to end up doing about 20 videos on this whole thing with Devin Haney and his dad and Kambosas and Australia and whether the fight should go on. Look, this is something right here that is already starting to brew, and it's just really unfortunate in my opinion. What's going on with Devin Haney's dad is not the first time this has happened in sports, okay? It's unfortunate. The timing is crazy, but he's not being singled out, okay? This isn't the system coming together to try to give Devin Haney a loss. Nobody had anything to do with what happened 20 years ago except for Bill Haney. But that's the past. He's going through it right now, okay? But what's not fair is what is starting to develop right now. You see, and this is what now it's good in the aspect where it's going to make the fight even bigger. Like this fight right now between Devin Haney and Kambosas, this is becoming historic. I'm telling you, becoming historic right now. Before it was just okay. Another undisputed fight. Pretty big deal. Turn this fan off. Pretty big deal. All undisputed fights are. Devin Haney was... Okay, I'll put it to you right now. He is not a pay-per-view star. Okay? He is not a pay-per-view star. His profile is between, on a scale of 1 to 10, probably about a 6 to 7. As of right now. As far as his talent, we can't measure that, okay? Devin Haney is on a whole nother level. He's special, God-gifted. Got to give him credit, okay? But and Kambosas, he's shown that he can put on a special performance, like what he did with Teofimo Lopez. Doesn't matter about what Teofimo did. Teofimo's, dad bugging out. Kambosas showed that he can put on a special performance. Consistently displayed that because the man's undefeated and he was in fights he wasn't supposed to win, especially when he was traveling all over in people's backyards, okay? So now we got to come and look at, say, man, I almost said my first name on here, right? You say, man, why in the world do you think this is becoming historic? I'm going to tell you why, man. Because Devin Haney and Kambosas, who aren't pay-per-view stars, are about to be involved in a moment in time type of fight. Look at what we're dealing with here, people. Everyone right now is talking about Devin Haney and Kambosas and what's going on with Devin Haney's dad. This right here is about to make it to those large networks. I'm already sure it's already bubbling out there in Australia. This is about to hit all the major networks on an international scale. Taking this profile from what was kind of flying, for the most part, underneath the radar, right? To now being on full blast in front of the world. Because the storyline now, it's got everybody's attention. It's not just two guys fighting for an undisputed distinction. Okay, that's cool. Now you got the issue where tie it all together, man. Devin Haney, the whole top, forced to sign with Top Rank to get the fight. Got to go to Australia. The hell popped up. Got to go to Australia. This crazy contract to fight Kambosas. If he wins, rematch. And then whatever happens after that, maybe a third fight. Then go and fight another top-ranked fighter and possible rematch. Like, that storyline's crazy enough. But now you have it to where the issues with his dad from the past comes up. Okay, that's enough to get people like, okay, what exactly happened with the father? Now, the father can't get into the country. So now you're like, okay, wow. Then you start looking at bringing another trainer in to go over there. May not be able to communicate when the fight is happening. Try to figure out a way for the father and son to have this communication. Now you're also looking at people saying Kambosas. Now this is what I don't necessarily agree with. People are ripping Kambosas now. They were ripping Devin's dad for getting in trouble 20 years ago. They went from ripping Top Rank. First they went from ripping Eddie Hearn, saying he didn't take care of Devin. Now they're saying they went from ripping Top Rank for the crazy contract they forced Devin into. Then they went to ripping Devin's pops for getting in trouble. Now they're ripping Kambosas because they're saying Kambosas is a coward. Because Kambosas isn't talking about moving the fight date to give Devin's dad enough time to sort out his legal affairs to see if he can get into the country with his son. Hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. There's a lot of finger pointing going on right now. Everybody wants to point fingers, man. How in the world are we gonna blame Top Rank for that crazy contract? Now it's crazy. Devin is just handicapped from day one, right? Can't blame Top Rank, man. This is business. These guys are gonna take care of themselves. It is what it is. But then how are you gonna come after that and blame Devin's dad for something he did in the past? Okay? It is what it is. The man's come out and he's owned it. But now you want to come and fault Kambosas? And with Devin's dad, he did what he had to do at the time, I guess. Okay? He did what he felt was in his best interest so many years ago. So Top Rank looks out for their best interest. 20-something years ago, Devin's dad did what was in his best interest. Now Kambosas is going to do what's in his best interest. And his best interest is to not give Devin Haney any kind of advantage because he knows that fight is not going to be easy. Just like Devin knows that fight's not going to be easy. So to come now and rip, look, right? What? There's got to be some expectation management here. What are we talking about? If the shoe was on the other foot, right? Would you give your opponent an advantage when you don't have to? Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I think majority would agree. Majority would agree, except for the savages out there who just don't care because they like Devin. Now, if Devin's dad had passed away, totally different, totally different situation. Even I would, have something to say about that. Like, nah, that's horrible. The organization, sanctioning bodies, Kambosas' team, everyone involved is foul for not working with Devin Haney to help give him time, put this on the back burner. He get first dibs, not allow any fights to take place between Kambosas. Like, I really think something of that magnitude, man, to me, that's a no-brainer. But that's me. Some people don't care. It's business. We don't care. People die every day. So what? He's got to fight. That's the mentality of some savages in this world. But I would like to think the majority of people would handle that differently. Now, Devin's dad, he's still there. He's still got a pulse. But to come now and expect for people to take all the effort that went into this fight, the preparation, the time, the money up front. This is a huge fight, people. And it's been amplified by 100 times, in my opinion. But to come now and expect him to kick it down the road a bit because this what I see is a minor hiccup. But it's major as far as how it can impact the communication between Devin and his dad and his team. But it's minor because it's like, okay, one person's not coming. But that person plays probably the biggest role next to the fighter in the fight. So when I say this fight now is becoming a moment in time, it's because with all of the stressors involved, man. Well, you could talk about what happened with the guy who just fought, man. The Ukrainian fella, man. He just got in the ring and fought. He lost. I can't remember his name. I'm seeing his face, man, but we know what's going on in Ukraine. It's horrible, horrible. People have family out there. He coming out there trying to fight for a title, and he's, in a sense, you could say he was kind of handicapped. But here's what it is: you got to fight and make money. But very unfortunate Very unfortunate, man, what's going on and guys coming out of there. But when you look at what's going on here with Haney, right? What I'm saying is there are fighters who are in positions where if that situation with the war in a country isn't significant enough for someone to be able to, push a fight date back, they may be able to willingly pull out. They may be able to. But with Devin Haney, what's going on with him isn't significant enough for them to want to reschedule all this. Look at all of the money invested and look at exactly what we have as far as what they've been building up to over the last couple of months. So it's unfortunate, but I really feel the person who rises to the occasion in this fight is going to be something we're going to be talking about down the road. This is something they're going to be doing film study on down the road. There's going to be a lot of videos interviewing both fighters 20 years from now. And how did this affect you going into the fight? Devin, with not having your dad, Kambosas, how did it make you feel knowing that there was an expectation for you to push the fight a couple months down the road, give his team time to sort out his dad's travel issues? And in this case, right, people are going to take sides. Me personally, yeah, it would be nice for Devin and his team to have time to sort out his dad's legal affairs. It would, okay? But that's not going to happen in 60 days. At the same time, with Kambosas, hey, he doesn't owe anybody anything to push the fight back. And I don't think we should be, ripping him and, just like verbally lambasting that guy. Like, I mean, that's not what should be happening here. But it makes for good conversation and it enhances the fight, amplifies the fight, and it puts these guys now, it postures these guys and their fight for even more success when it comes to the pay-per-view numbers and everything else. So I really think that everything that's going on right now is you're talking about, what's that? They always say, there's a saying, man, a minor setback for a major comeback. This is kind of what this could be for Devin Haney. This could be a minor setback for a major comeback. And the major comeback can be going out there and really finding the strength and will to go out there and clip Kambosas. Not easy to do. Easy to say, not easy to do because Kambosas is a monster. But for Kambosas, this could be in the same thing. A minor setback, okay? We want Devin Haney 100% physically. Okay, see, that's the thing that we always talk about in sports. Physically, we want him 100%. We want her 100%. We don't want any excuses come fight night. We don't want to hear about the injured hand, the plantar fasciitis, the shin splints, somebody's elbow, oh, they got hit, had a concussion in sparring. We always talk about the physical. But for Kambosas, the minor setback's going to be, hey, you got a guy in there who you didn't allow to come in 100% mentally. And the major comeback could be him getting beyond all that, all those stresses, because Kambosas has good in him. You could tell he has good in him. He wasn't trying to be super disrespectful with Teofimo. Teofimo and his dad really kind of were pushing the envelope, stirred the pot, and then he got what they had coming to him. So I know Kambosas is sitting back looking at this saying, yeah, it sucked, because Kambosas is very close to his dad. But at the same time, he's a fighter, and he wants to win. But I can't see Kambosas not pushing the fight date back to be spiteful. That's just not how he strikes me. But I could see the stresses as being a minor setback for him because it could make him at his heart feel, man, I feel a little bad, but I got to do what I have to do. For him to get in the ring and put all that aside for a major comeback to get in there and win in a dominating fashion. But the problem is, right, there are people who are going to look at this and say, they're not, this is the problem, right? It's already happening. Some people are saying, oh man, Devin Haney and his team are already coming with the excuses because they're going to get their butts whipped. Now, because the dad's not there, he's going to lose, blah, blah, blah. I've been saying I think Devin Haney has an uphill battle anyway because I just can't see him winning a decision. One, he's in Australia. No matter where they bring the judges from, I just think he has an uphill battle. How are you going to go and win in another country no matter where they bring the judges from. And then the second thing is, even if you have all fair judges, you're not just going to get out there and outbox Kambosas like you did everybody else. Like, not Kambosas. If he does that, then, you know, job well done. But I just don't see that. Hey, what's up? Hold on one second. Hey, let me call you right back. But like I was saying, sorry, that was my wife calling. She knows what I'm doing. She's like, you making a video? Like, yeah. But when it comes to this situation here, they're saying they're already making excuses, man, for Devin Haney to lose. And they're saying they're already making excuses to say that Kambosas has the upper hand. So it's really hard for anyone to give credit to Kambosas if he wins this fight, because people are already of the opinion that Devin Haney's going to lose, and the odds are stacked against him. So I definitely think that there will be a rematch, because it's a great storyline. But I think there's going to be even more attention on this fight, especially now. But majority of people are saying, Haney, run. Run fast, run far. Like that scene out of Boys in the Hood. Ricky! It's more like, Devin, get the hell out of Dodge, because you're going out there without your dad. You're not 100%. You shouldn't be going into the biggest fight of your career. I tend to agree with that, but I understand the logistics of this, the financial commitments that have been made, and the time and effort of all the people involved. You got to look at the significance of Devin's dad not being there. Does it qualify as a factor that would drive canceling the fight? And that's how you got to look at it. Does Devin Haney's dad not being able to travel to Australia qualify as a factor to cancel the fight or to delay it 60 to 90 days? No, it doesn't. Simple. Now, does it suck? Yes. But it doesn't qualify. And the thing I said, like I said in the last video, this is what they should put their energy into. They should try to sort out the travel arrangements, of course. But a lot more effort needs to go into how can we ensure Bill can communicate with Devin in between rounds. That's what they need to figure out, because that is the key piece. Yeah, having a dad there physically, I mean, that matters, man. But in between rounds, I can see him shouting at the TV if they don't allow him to be able to communicate with his son. He's going to be there going crazy. Or he could just leave it all up to the big man, because he's a spiritual guy. Like, hey, things happen for a reason. It's beyond my control. We leave it out there to the big man. But it's neither here nor there. So we'll see what happens. But that's my thing. People are already ripping Kambosas, saying he should allow Devin Haney to move the fight date. If not, he's a coward. I don't think so. Why give an unnecessary advantage? Now, me in my heart, I would like to see Devin given time. But as just a guy who's sitting back just on the outside kind of analyzing this, there's no need to do all that. You know, it doesn't qualify. But it is what it is, man. But that being said, man, you guys leave your comments below. Should Devin run and just sort this out later and do it the correct way? Or should it say, hey, this is an opportunity that may not come around. Kambosas can go and lose again. With the way these dumbass sanctioning bodies are stripping people and not having the common mandatories. He can get hit with simultaneous mandatories, 2 different ones, and they can come and strip him now because they want to go to purse bid. And, you know, it can get real ugly real quick. So, you know, you gotta weigh and balance that, people. You gotta look at it. What are we doing here? Pros and cons. You know, cost versus the benefit. Those are the analysis we gotta do. We gotta look at it that way. And at the same time, man, if your effort is greater, your return is greater too, right? And that's how it happens most of the time. So either one of them get in there and get busy, and they win. It's on to, you know, a rematch, but bigger and better things. But that being said, man, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Should Devin run? Should he stay? Kambosas, should he have a heart? Push the fight down? I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. As always, shout out to the veterans. I'm in the breeze.